So I'm here at Fort Canning, the most historical place in Singapore. Yeah, let's explore. We entered from the first Christian cemetery in Singapore. As you can see, there's no gravestones here, except here. Okay, one thing because back in this cemetery was used from 1822 to 1896. Okay, all the gravestones have been removed in 1970s because the gravestones are all in the state of despair. But you can actually see all the gravestones all engraved the walls over here, including one influential figure of Singapore, George Coleman. Yeah, he was the first architect in Singapore and also a Raffles consultant on the first town plan. He built a lot of buildings, especially the one he built an Armenian church and also a private house, which after so many modifications now stands as Singapore Parliament House. It's quite cool. So we'll head up. Let's go. Built in 1926, this now Fort Canning Centre was originally a British barrack, but now house National Park Visitor Centre, performing arts, but also one professional culinary academy inside, and also this big plot of greenland, which now house like trainings and stuff like that. Used to be a very popular place for concerts and music festival. I mean, not for now because of the pandemic. Behind me, this 9-pound cannon dates back to 19th centuries. This 9-pound cannon became unused before the fortification of Fort Canning. This is probably used in Scandal Point, which is Padang area. Keramat Iskandar Shah, just a few steps away from the 9-pound cannon. This tomb actually dedicated to this guy named Iskandar Shah, who is the last of 5 Malay kings in Singapore. Yeah, so the story is he actually was sacked by Majapahit forces, and he fled away from Singapore and establish. Oh my god, got beef. Every time I go, got beef. Establish the Malacca Sultanate. Many people say like he was buried in this Bukit Larangan, Forbidden Hill, but news and reports actually was not inconsistent. So that led to many people suspecting that he was buried in Malacca, where he probably died there lah. Okay, just a few steps. Okay, maybe not few steps, but if you walk down from the tomb, we arrived at Artisan's Garden, which is a craftsman workshop back in the 14th century. This is located at the eastern side of the hill, eastern slope side, because the other side was actually surrounded by forests. In 1860s, right, this Forbidden Hill, Bukit Larangan, actually was converted into a fort, which we named it to what it is today, Fort Canning. And in 1920 to 1930s, it was transformed again to a artillery fort with barracks, hospitals, bunker officers. Yeah. So for the war lah, basically. Okay, I'm now heading up to an underground bunker called the Battle Box. I mean, it's open now, but I think the entrance is another side of Fort Canning. So this bunker, right, was built in the 1920s to 1930s. This is where Lieutenant General Percival surrendered to the Japanese side. You can come here. It actually says Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know why it's open today. Today is Wednesday. This one have to buy tickets to go in, but I'm pretty sure you can use your rediscover vouchers and get your tickets here. Get your tickets to come here. It's about $20, $25 if I'm not mistaken. Further up, just a few steps after the Battle Box, we came to this small walkway, passageway. This is actually a passageway for soldiers to go in and out of the fort. It's actually called a sally port. And there are actually three sally ports in Singapore. Two is at the south side near Hill Street, but it is said that they have disappeared into the unknown. Yeah, so which is very nice. I think a lot of people actually come here to take photos. So I'm going to take some photos too. If we walk down from the Battle Box, we will come to this very vintage hotel. This was built in, inside of people also, built in 1826. This place was originally a headquarters of the Far East Command. Yeah. And now this now stands as Hotel Fort Canning. Yeah. You can actually book here. You all like to stay K, right? You all book here probably one night. I checked one night about 300 plus. You can maybe use a rediscover voucher, I'm not sure, to stay here. Stay here, use a rediscover voucher. Just top up another $200 to stay one night. The front view is nicer than the back view. I mean, of course, who like to see backside? Okay, now we are passing through a fort gate. The purpose is to protect Singapore and also to serve as a refuge place for European population in the event of local disturbance. And it said that these small walls actually can withstand artillery bombardment. Okay, there's a gate leading to upstairs, so let's go. Right, we are at the top of the gate. This is where the soldiers will be at, guarding the place, guarding the gate. And look how small is the whole passageway. And yeah, from there, this one. Up. I shall go back down. Yeah, I'll make things quick because it's about to rain. We come down to this place called Pengkar Levangan, which is also called a Forbidden Spring. Okay. This dates back to 14th centuries also. Okay, and this spring is actually used for the ancient royal ladies to use as a bathing place. That's why it's called Forbidden Spring. Okay, because nobody can come. This is a wall. The overall wall is actually designed by Mr. Eng Siak Loy, who created this sculpture. So, what is it like in 14th to 19th centuries in Fort Canning? And the influence of water back then. yeah, that's the whole gist about this place. I'm sitting here, like beside the one of the houses. Not houses. This originally was a bungalow. So back in 1819, okay, the British actually came here and took advantage of all the resources here. And that's when Sir Stamford Raffles came and built his bungalow. And also a place, this is also a place for all the higher up people, like all the governor lines also always come here and meet. Then this bungalow, let me show you. Why do I sound like some property agent? Over here you can see. Okay, it looks very small, but the thing is, maybe last time people don't need so big place. And also it's just maybe it's just one person. Then it don't need so big place also. As you can see over here, got one lighthouse. Okay, this lighthouse was very prominent in Singapore. Okay, it was because it's so tall that you can see this lighthouse 30 kilometers away. Okay, it's for the ships that are entering Singapore. Then it's just a replica. This one is not the actual one. 1950s, when all the buildings start to build and slowly cover, slowly blocking this lighthouse. So that's when they close this lighthouse. And this bungalow, right, I tell you, has the best view. So you can see it. Over there, yeah. Another base. Imagine this place without all these trees last time. Okay, you can see last time over there, I think it is the sea area, so you can actually see, it was a very good view last time. I'm pretty sure about that. Alright, so we are going to the flag staff. Okay, let's go. Okay, I don't go so far. Okay, as you can see behind me the flag staff. This is not the actual one also, it's a replica. Okay, this flag staff, right, provide information of the arrival, identity, status of the ships when the ship come lah. Okay, and in 1943, okay, this was took down. The flag was took down, okay, by the Japanese for God knows what reason actually. We really have no idea why they took down. Then after a couple of years, right, the British actually put it back up, but without all these flags, they put it back up to fly their flag. So this is just a replica, it's not the actual one. Okay, this Sangya Utama Garden is named after the first ancient king of Singapore. Okay, this garden is necessary to the palace back in the 14th centuries. Okay, it has like a lot of traditional things like symmetrical layouts. Got these Javanese split gates, for going into the new zone or realm. And also they have this spring that actually is for meditating refuge, a meditating place. Come to the end of this so far tour. The other time I came here, right, it's full of people. It's a Sunday. Okay, I'll show you how Sunday feels like. So, how do you feel to come here?
I don't know, it seems just weird.
Right, right.
Very weird.
It's super. Do you feel very foreign here?
Yes, very.
Super, right? Super.